Thank you very much. Come, my love. Oh, you look absolutely extravagant.
Oh, well, that's...
Mother,
Oh, Alan, dear.
you look gorgeous.
Doesn't it look beautiful? Oh, I love weddings.
I do, too, as long as it's not mine.
Oh, does Don't be silly. You were the most handsome bridegroom.
I wonder if Celia's here yet. Oh, I seriously doubt it. It's much too early for her.
Absolutely. No. She's going to take a limo with Robert and Holly. She's going to make sure every guest is already in the church. She would never miss the value of a late entrance, you know.
Well, now, you feeling better?
No. Well, you haven't got a thing to worry about. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh, isn't this going to be
Good
fun?
afternoon, Edward.
Hello. Glad to see the General Hospital contingent made it in such fine...
Oh, we've been looking forward to it for a week.
Yes. So how's the group? Oh, scared to death.
Are you kidding? That's hard to believe. Here's a man who can perform complicated surgical procedures without batting an eye. But you give him a ring, have him mumble a few words, put the ring on baby's finger, and he falls to pieces. Poor boy.
It happens to the best of us.
Oh, Mr. Quartermain. Mr. Quartermain.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Oh, well, I'm quite sure you know of me. I'm Bee Barron, the Port Charles Herald.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I knew this wedding was big, but I didn't realize it was new.
Well, it's on the society page. I edit that section, and this is drama of the highest order, socially speaking.
I never doubted it for a moment.
Well, now, suppose we start by you introducing me to the players.
Yes, of course, gentlemen. This is Bee Barron, social editor of the Port Charles Herald. May I present the proud father of the bride, Quentin Quartermain.
Dear lady, it's a pleasure.
Oh, how do you do?
And our eminent best man, Dr. Hector Gerald.
No?
I'm honored, Doctor.
Last but not least, the star of our show, the groom, Dr. Grant Putnam.
Oh, well, congratulations, Dr. Putnam. You are the man of the hour. Has the Long Island branch of the family arrived yet?
Oh, yes, they're here in town, but they haven't as yet arrived at the wedding. Right?
Well, as far as I know.
Well, I do want to meet them.
Oh, I'm certain that can be arranged.
Well, thank you.
Grant, don't you think you and Dr. Gerald ought to go into the sacristy? After all, you don't want to see Celia when she arrives.
Who doesn't?
No, Edward's right. That's right. Your next glimpse of your bride should be as she walks down the aisle, a vision of loveliness.
True. And I'll bet that Celia will be beautiful. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm perfectly all right.
I truly can't wait to see how beautiful Celia will be. What time is it? Still got plenty of time.
I don't know what could happen to her. No idea. I hope she's all right. What I don't understand, Holly, is why did we get two completely different notes? She's trying to put us on the wrong track. Or someone else is. Ooh, I don't have a clue. What is this?
Oh, am I glad I found you.
What's all this?
It's all yours.
What happened?
Oh, this just ain't my day. I ended up going to the wrong church. I mean, the pastor freaked. I guess he thought I forgot about a wedding or something. Anyway, I
yes,
made
here,
it finally.
Robert.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Sacristy.
Right. I hope I didn't mess things up.
Who told you to pick up that stuff from my house this morning?
Some guy.
What guy? Describe him.
Oh, medium height, brown hair. He looked kind of tough. He was wearing work clothes.
Jimmy Lee.
Well, at least the dress got here. We just had someone to hang it on. I don't know. I just saw Robert with a wedding dress and veil.
Delivered.
Any sign of Celia?
No, she's not here.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh, there he is.
Not down, not down, not
What?
down.
Look. Long Island.
Oh, just what we need.
Alan, let's get him into the church as fast as we can so Monica and I can talk to Jimmy Lee.
Right.
That's perfect. What are you doing? Don't stop here.
Well, I thought you were getting married.
Oh, I want to go to the police commissioner's house first. It's just down the street, just about a mile, right in the main square.
Well, I know where it is.
Well, then why are you stopping here? Let's go. Come on.
Well, ma'am, I don't have a license to be carrying passengers in a neighborhood like this. You better just step right out of there, little lady.
You give me a ride.
I've got to get on down to the
No,
office.
wait. No, you told me that you were... No, wait a minute. Just get me out of here to get dressed in the saddle. Where are you? Believe it, I was kidnapped.
What? Jimmy Lee?
No, I couldn't sleep this morning, so I took a walk, and this man suddenly jumped out of the bushes, grabbed me, threw me in his car, and sped off.
Sure it wasn't on a motorcycle?
Explain it. Try and get everybody back inside and calm them down.
Everything's fine, Alan.
There's no cause for alarm, everybody.
The bride is fine. If we all go back into the church, I think that the ceremony's going to start shortly.
What happened to the bride?
Well, I don't know. She just had trouble with her hair.
Hair, the
Well, you know
feathers,
how
the
difficult
blankets.
it is to find a decent hairdresser
Oh,
these days.
my lord, you...
Madam, why don't you go in and get a seat? We can chat after the ceremony.
Well, we certainly will.
If you don't mind, I'd like to hear the rest of this story.
Look, Grant, we have to get her ready. The wedding,
If the two of you don't leave, there isn't going to be a wedding. Go on.
That's it. That's everything. If I hadn't escaped, probably he would have held me for ransom or something.
This he.
Well, he had a mask on his face. I'm sure it was for the ransom. Everyone knows how much the Quartermains are worth. I'm sure it was for the money.
Jimmy Lee hardly needs it.
Feathers? I don't... What? I don't believe this.
What is going on here?
Well, I assume you saw Celia's arrival.
Yeah, a chicken truck. I mean, an actual truck with chickens. And the girl herself. What was she wearing under that blanket?
Not much.
Well, we've got to do something about this. Now, where is Grant?
He's in there.
In the sacristy?
He wants to be alone.
Well, he's probably going to kill her.
First, he wants to hear her explanation.
I'm going in there.
No, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. No, this is between Grant and Celia. We are going to let them alone, let them talk. Come on.
I'm serious.
I used to count, you know.
Yeah, what?
Number of drinks I had at a wedding. Oh, there's such a terrible urge to overindulge. By counting, I could always pace myself. There's always 2 before the slicing of the cake and 3 afterwards. I don't know, something went awfully wrong today.
Well, if it's any comfort, you don't seem drunk.
Well, not now, perhaps. An hour ago I was. Now fatigue is settling in. Next comes sleepiness, and tomorrow morning, that dreadful hangover.
It's a vicious circle.
Pink.
I'm sorry?
What?
Quentin's boxer shorts, they're pink.
Finally got him to bed, huh?
It's like wrestling a water buffalo into the sack. And that snoring, it's a combination of a bandsaw and a lawnmower gone wrong.
The man definitely does like to drink, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's too bad he can't hold it.
Oh, come on. Give him a break. I mean, this wasn't exactly a typical wedding.
Yeah, but you would think as father of the bride, he might have a little bit more restraint. I mean, how many toasts did we have?
7. If you count that one that he made to the pony that he gave Celia when she was 5.
Look, aside from everything, the only thing that matters, Celia is married.
I must say it's a miracle, considering what almost happened.
Just imagine 2 men fighting over you the day of your wedding.
Lucky for us, the right man won.
Alan, you're always saying things like that. You never make any sense.
So what? What are you saying, that I'm not a very good judge of character?
I'm saying that you've already said that you misjudged Grant.
What difference does that make? I mean, at least I had the hindsight to recognize I'd made a mistake.
Oh.
Look, I'm sorry to interrupt, but what the hell are you two talking about?
We're talking about Grant, of course.
Yeah, I realize that, but precisely what are you referring to?
His character.
We never thought he was going to be strong enough to handle Celia.
Well, so what's the argument?
Well, there isn't an argument. We're both agreeing that he's a lot tougher than we thought he was.
Well, no, either I need another drink or to go to bed. I don't know which.
What are you saying, that Grant has not turned out to be all right?
Oh, the boy's a hit. I never doubted that. Thank goodness. I wish you two could have been there when he decked old Jimmy Lee. That was a beautiful sight, right up there with a view from the Eiffel Tower or a dividend check. Really beautiful.
I can't condone physical violence.
What?
Of course, in certain cases, I'd make an exception.
Well, I think the Torp had it coming to him. I just wish they'd charged him with kidnapping along with a sore jaw.
Well, thank the good Lord they didn't. I mean, we can't risk Jimmy Lee getting too angry. He might take it out on all the Quartermains by showing up with those papers.
You're still worried about that, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I think we all should be.
Father's right. If that information got out, old Quentin Pinkshorts could wind up the whole family fortune.
Yeah, right after dear cousin Herbert checked out for greener pastures.
Yes, and when Quentin Pinkshorts checks out, considering his drinking habits and unctuous behavior, could be very soon, Celia gets all the money.
Yeah, so you can see the necessity of directing Jimmy Lee's anger towards Celia, not toward ourselves.
I'm not sure I do see that.
Well, think, Alan. As long as Jimmy Lee is mad at Celia, we're all safe.
Yeah. On the other hand, if they started teaming up together...
We'd be dead.
He's catching on, Monica.
Well, I think that the obvious answer is for us to find a permanent solution.
My dear boy, there is no permanent solution until we get those papers.
So what are we going to do?
About what?
Keeping Celia and Jimmy Lee apart.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about that. Not right now, anyway.
You mean as long as they're married?
Yeah, happily married. It's up to us to ensure that. As long as Grant has a happy relationship, I think he's going to keep Celia from straying.
Would anyone like a woman's opinion?
Well, it all depends on what that woman's opinion is.
My opinion is that Celia is not going to be straying any longer. From everything I have seen, Celia is very much in love with Grant.
Love? What the devil has that got to do with it?
Edward, the way the proceedings are going at the moment, it has everything to do with it. Well, you're home early.
Yeah, I spent the day at the club. I was too tired to face ELQ today.
Where's Mother?
She had the right idea. She never even got out of bed today.
But she's not ill, is she?
No, she's just tired like the rest of us. Come to think that you got home a little bit early yourself today, didn't you?
Well, we had a light workload.
Yeah, it was a little difficult to arrange, but we managed.
Well, I want to tell you something. I don't want to go through another wedding until it's Alan Jr.'s turn. And I don't want to hear another word about Grant and Celia's wedding. That episode is behind us.
At least until they get back.
Hopefully still talking.
Well, at least they got out of town in time.
Time for what?
Well, there was some emergency in the hospital. They're running around trying to locate Grant.
Yeah, apparently the plane doesn't take off until 8 o'clock, so they're holed up in New York somewhere.
Port Charles.
What?
I said they're here in Port Charles.
How do you know?
Well, Grant told me. He said they were going to spend the night at the Port Charles Hotel, then take a late shuttle this afternoon over to Kennedy. Catch the flight to Chile.
What are we going to do?
What do you mean? The patient comes first.
Alan, this will ruin their honeymoon.
Honeymoons can wait. The surgery can't wait.
Who are you calling?
The hotel, see if Grant can still be reached. Dr. Grant, Putnam's room, please. This is an emergency. I see. Thank you. They checked out.
Well, now what?
Scorpio.